Hi everyone, my name is Kiduna, your regular host on Toolkit for Behavior Management. This is a series and I talk about different behavioral issues faced by teachers in the classroom. Today I'm going to be talking about aggressive behavior, how to handle aggressive behavior in the classroom. This has been a real problem for teachers to handle in the classroom. Most times we find children who are very aggressive in the classroom and they disrupt a lot of activities. So it is very important for us to know the skills, the strategies, what to do when children exhibit aggressive behavior in the classroom. What we need to understand is that aggressive behavior is due to lack of self-control on how to control emotions. So children sometimes lack the ability to control their emotions. So that's why they resort to using force instead of verbalizing how they feel. So it means that they also lack the ability to express their emotions verbally. Most times they lack the inner ability to deal with their anger. So sometimes they become very irresponsive. They withdraw from the parents or lash out with aggressive behavior, verbally or even physically. Possible reasons for aggressive behavior include the following: build up frustration. Children sometimes bottle up their emotions until when a slight provocation happens, then they blow their top. So build up frustration is one of the causes of aggressive behavior. Being bullied. Children that are bullied turn out to be bullies themselves. So how do we curtail this? There are strategies later I will share on how to address these issues, but then we should be on the lookout for bullies in the school because they also recruit a lot of bullies. Because a child that experiences aggressive behavior at home displays it in school. So this also affects the whole system. So we need to also find a way of curtailing the kind of aggression, like movies even we watch. Aggressive movies, violent movies could also lead to aggressive behavior. Not being understood. When children are not understood in the classroom or in the school environment, they turn out to find a way of asserting themselves. And they do this by all means possible. So children that are not being understood, children that are misfits because of maybe learning difficulties or learning disabilities, if you see them in the playground, most times these kind of children are usually very aggressive. Lack of justice and fairness. Lack of justice and fairness is one of the causes that could come from the teacher perspective. If a teacher is not fair or a parent is not fair at home, the child becomes, as a way of reacting to the unfairness or the lack of justice, the child exhibits aggressive behavior as a reaction to the injustice meted against child in question. Now, lacking in confidence. When a child lacks confidence, when a child lacks ability maybe in academics, the child may have some abilities in sports or other things. And you see the child trying to assert himself in the playground by being physically aggressive towards his mates. So these are some of the reasons why children exhibit aggressive behavior in school or in the classroom. Now, if we really want to nip this at the bud, we need to understand where this aggressive behavior is coming from so we could find better solutions, so we could know how to solve these problems rather than just dealing with the symptoms and leaving the whole issue, the disease, whatever it is. It's also I like using this analogy of the cobwebs. Sometimes we leave the spider and then we keep clearing the cobwebs. The spider will still spread up all the cobwebs and all that. So if we really want to deal with the situation, we need to kill the spider. We need to visit the root cause of that problem, which I've already mentioned here, so that we'll be able to tackle the issues squarely. Now, next we'll be discussing strategies on how to really help these children to deal with aggressive behavior. One of the strategies we could use to deal with aggressive behavior is encouraging the child to talk to their friends when they feel angry. We should encourage children to talk to their friends when they feel angry. Tell your friend exactly how you feel. Sometimes we use the game A Penny for Your Thoughts. So the child spills out his emotions. And the moment the child talks about it, it becomes a relief for the child. So that works. Also, help the child to count to 10 and take slow deep breath. Help the child to count to 10 and take slow deep breath between each number. So when the child is angry, you tell the child to count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. This helps to counteract the fight or flight stress reaction that underlies anger. This helps to counteract the fight or flight reaction that underlies anger. Children, when they are angry, sometimes their reaction is either to fight or flight. So they have two reactions, and this is from the amygdala. That's the emotional part of the brain. It's either you escape or you face it, and when you face it, you may be physical, and then when you escape, you withdraw. All these are negative behaviors. So you help the child to deal with the emotions by counting 1 to 10 and taking deep breath. The third strategy is to talk to the child about anger using an analogy which they can easily identify. Talk to the child about anger using an analogy. So you could tell the child that anger is like firework, or anger is like a volcano. It erupts. So when the child sees the picture of the eruption, how violent a volcano is and all that, then you begin to counsel the child on how to best express his anger, because they really need to understand what anger is. They need to have the picture of it, so you could better counsel them. Now the fourth point is teach the child empathy. We need to learn children need to be empathetic. They will be more likely to understand other people's feelings and become less aggressive towards them. If children are empathetic, they are more likely to understand other people's feelings. So this will lessen the aggressive behavior, because if they understand other people's feelings, other children's feelings, they will be mindful of hurting them. So this helps them to checkmate themselves. If they're empathetic, if they genuinely show concern about how other people feel, they would try to treat them with some level of caution. That's just like the golden rule. Let them apply the golden rule. Do unto others what you want others to do unto you. So when children understand this, it helps them to manage their emotions very well. The last point is give the child a small ball to keep on their decks. Yes, pressure, stress balls for them to squeeze. Stress balls. When they are angry, you tell them to just squeeze the balls. So when they are really fuming, you give them the balls and then they squeeze it. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. This will help release the child's anger. this works, right? Instead of just adding insults to injury, give them the stress balls to squeeze. So we squeeze the balls and it helps them to calm their nerves. Now, if these strategies are applied judiciously, religiously, it's really going to help to curtail a lot of aggression in the classroom, and it's going to also make the children to begin to take responsibility of the way they express their emotions. So I believe that these strategies will help you to keep away the cane, keep away the yelling and all that. There will be no need for corporal punishment if we are consistent with these strategies. I hope you learned something, and I look forward to sharing more of these ideas with you in the coming podcast. Thank you very much, and do have a lovely day. Bye.